Hello and welcome back to another video, so let's begin. After arriving home, he told his parents what happened during his time away. He was so tired from his trip back home he forgot about his uniform for school. It was time for students to return to school. Ochako was patiently waiting for Izuku so she could apologize again and hopefully get taken back, but there was no sign of him. Many of the students changed. Juru grew her hair out. Eda was a bit more mellow. Kota had developed more social skills, and Bakugo, his face didn't heal well after the ass whooping. All Might. Present Mike and Aizawa welcomed the class back, but someone was missing. All Might. Has anyone seen young Midoriya? After asking this, they heard the classroom door open and they saw a young man standing at 6'6" with green hair tied into a ponytail. All Might. Excuse me, sir, are you lost? All Might. Excuse me, sir, are you lost? Izuku. All Might, it's me, Izuku Midoriya. The bass in his voice. All Might noticed the similarities and spat up blood in shock. Aizawa and Mike were also surprised until Ochako called out to him and tried to hug him. He stuck his hand out and held her back. Ochako. Deku, you look good now, give me a hello hug. Izuku, we broke up. You cheated on me with the ugly shithead. Katsuki. I'll lick your ass, Katsuki said, since his jaw wasn't the same ever since Izuku stomped him out. Izuku knew what he said but decided to humiliate him. Izuku, you're gonna lick my ass. Get the fuck out of here, you freak. So keep your trap shut, loser. Everyone laughed at Katsuki's humiliation. He charged at Izuku, but Aizawa stopped him with his quirk. Aizawa. First day as a third year, congratulations, ass licker, you got detention. Also, first day back, we're going to see who's improved, so everyone will individually fight the entrance exam robots from your first year. Class 3B and the new freshmen will also join us. Now get your hero costumes. Izuku, since my old one won't fit, can I wear my new one I made? All Might, sure, head to the locker rooms now then. Izuku may have been the first one to get changed, but his suit gave him slight trouble because it was a bit tight. All Might, has anyone seen Deku? Izuku, sorry, it was a bit tighter than expected. Izuku, oh yeah, I submitted a name change from this day forward, Deku is dead. Izuku, oh yeah, I submitted a name change from this day forward, Deku is dead. I go by Titan now. Everyone crowded him, complimenting his new suit. All Might was surprised because it reminded him of the costume he used during his time in America. Class 3B arrived and saw 3 and a new Deku. The first one to break away from 3B was Setsuna as she yelled Zuzu. The rest of her classmates were shocked, then tried to process why she had called him Zuzu. When Setsuna jumped on him, Izuku caught her and carried her in a bridal carry. She moved his face mask and kissed his lips, causing everyone to be in shock. I missed you, Zuzu, she said to him after they broke their kiss. I missed you too, beautiful. All Might. Ahem, young Midoriya, please show the class the fruits of your labors. Show the first years what the future #1 hero can do. Izuku, what do I have to do? Aizawa, kid, you gotta fight off a horde of robots. These will be shooting you with rubber bullets. You also have to save a civilian, which will be played by Midnight. I'm ready, Izuku said as the exercise began. One for all flowed throughout his body. Izuku was going to run the course. He noticed that all the robots had a certain pattern they patrolled along. This led to Izuku calculating the best route and way to save the civilian. He jumped in when all robots had their backs turned as 10% of one for all flowed through his body. He began to smash robots until they locked onto him and shot rubber bullets. When bullets began to fly, Izuku switched to his shoot style and helped him evade all shots fired. All classes 3A, 3B plus all incoming freshmen were in awe of how well Izuku was doing. When Izuku reached Nimari, he used All Might's signature catchphrase for I am here. He had swept her off her feet and carried her back to where Aizawa stood. Izuku leaped over to the other side with Midnight feeling his chest. Aizawa, well done, Midoriya. Izuku, Kayama-sensei, please stop feeling my muscles. Midnight, why? You're single, aren't you? Izuku, no, I have a girlfriend. Midnight, well, you don't need a girl, what you need is a woman. Izuku, Aizawa-sensei, help. Aizawa, sure problem, child. Aizawa had tied up Midnight and dragged her away in order to prevent a lawsuit of harassment against the school. All Might, ahem, alright students, you're going to run this course. Many had done the best they could while reaching the civilian, but they still needed work. All Might, well everyone, you'll all need to go plus ultra because young Midoriya has now become the standard of what you all must strive to be. Now as for dorm assignments, third year dorms are different from last year this time around. The third year dorms is now an apartment complex. You'll have your own apartment and no curfew since we expect all of you to attend classes like a responsible young men and women we know you've become. Every student headed to the changing room and then headed off to their new dorm apartment. Once everyone was settling in, many locked themselves in their individual apartments and began unpacking, decorating. After a few hours, it came time again for another room judging competition, which Mina was in charge of. Many of the students hadn't changed much but toned down their decorating. They all walked to Izuku's apartment, which was at the end of the hall. They knocked and Izuku opened up. Izuku, oh hey guys, what's up? Mina, it's another room judging competition. Izuku, okay, come on in. When they walked in, they saw no trace of All Might merchandise anywhere, but his room was like a bachelor's pad. As he gave them the grand tour, many were shocked he had changed the most and matured. When they got to his bedroom, Ochako tried to flop on his bed, but Izuku stopped her by leaking some killer intent. As he gave them the grand tour, many were shocked he had changed the most and matured. When they got to his bedroom, Ochako tried to flop on his bed, but Izuku stopped her by leaking some killer intent. There was a knock at the door that caught everyone's attention once they made their way to the living room. As Izuku opened the door, he was greeted by his dinosaur queen, Setsuna. Izuku, hey babe, what's up? Setsuna, hey honey, I came with a little housewarming gift for you. Setsuna, hey honey, I came with a little housewarming gift for you. It was a picture of them during the night of the summer festival. Izuku planted a kiss on his girlfriend's lips to say thank you for the precious gift. Ochako, stop kissing my man. Setsuna, listen bitch, you lost the right to call him your man when you slept with Tic Tac Dick. Kaminari, damn burn. Izuku, I thinks it's best you all leave now. Everyone understood why that was the best choice to make. With all members of Triagon, Izuku led Setsuna to the couch and began to make out. This continued and was about to get hot. Just then there was a knock at the door. When the lovebirds heard that, they broke the kiss off and looked into each other's eyes and said, damn it. Izuku got up and opened the door to see Aizawa-sensei, who had a small backpack with him. Aizawa, I've brought someone who wanted to see you for a while now. From behind Aizawa was Eri, who was now 8 years old, as she looked excited to see Izuku again. Eri, Izuku had picked her up and began to hug her, seeing as he wasn't able to visit her during the summer. How are you, Snowball? Before Eri could answer Izuku's question, she saw Takage and blurted out, is she my new mommy? Eri, is she my new mommy? Izuku couldn't respond, as this question shocked him because he didn't know if Aizawa had told her what happened to them. Before he answered Eri, Izuku heard footsteps and Setsuna took Eri from his arms. Setsuna, oh aren't you a cutie? Well, to answer you, yes, I'm going to be your new mommy. Izuku pulled Aizawa to the side so they could discuss the small scene that they just saw. Izuku, sensei, what did you tell Eri? Aizawa, I told her that Ochako had hurt you by cheating. If she asks what cheating, try to explain it as simple as possible. Izuku, so is that why she asked if Setsuna was going to her new mom? Where were you two going? Aizawa, yeah, that's right. I was going to ask Tagada if he could watch her for the night. I got a mission and won't be back until next morning. Izuku, we can watch her, it's no problem. We'll have to go shopping for dinner. Aizawa, thanks problem child. Please make sure she takes a bath before bed. Izuku, all right sir. Should I bring her to class tomorrow? Aizawa, yes please, here are her things. They'll see you tomorrow. Eri, you'll stay with Izuku tonight. Eri, yeah. As Aizawa left, Izuku closed the door and turned around to see the most adorable sight as he saw Setsuna playing with Eri. He noticed that Eri had taken more of a liking to her faster than she did to Ochako. Izuku went over and hugged his two girls. As the two began to cuddle into his chest, Setsuna took the opportunity to snap a picture of the three of them. Izuku, so Snowball, what do you want to do? Eri, can we watch Disney movies? Izuku, sure. Setsuna, care to join us? Setsuna, of course, why wouldn't I be with my little family? Eri, mommy is staying. Izuku, before we watch our movies we have to buy food to make dinner, okay? The faster we buy everything, then we can watch Disney movies. The trio left the apartment and walked to the grocery store to buy ingredients. Izuku and Setsuna were swinging. Eri, who walked between the two, many people pointed out how the family of three looked happy. While inside the store, they picked out all necessary ingredients and were about to pay when Eri spotted some sweets. She wanted to ask Izuku if she could get one but didn't want to bother. It wasn't until she saw Setsuna grab two of the sweets and would pay for them separately. Setsuna whispered to Eri, I wanted something sweet too. Let's eat these after me and Papa cooked dinner, okay? Okay, thank you, Mommy, I love you. Setsuna felt the love behind her new daughter's words and responded back, I love you too, my little snow angel. When the trio walked back to the dorm apartment complex, it was time to make dinner. Izuku, I'll make dinner. Setsuna, can you keep Eri company until I'm done, please? Setsuna, sure love. So Eri, what do you want to do while we wait for dinner? Eri, we can color in my coloring book. Setsuna, yay, let's do that then. Eri went to her bag and grabbed a giant coloring book which had many pictures to color and a 24-pack of crayons. The two girls colored for what seemed like hours when Eri asked, Mommy, are you going to leave me too? Without hesitation, Setsuna responded, Snow Angel, I love you and your papa. I would be a fool if I left. Setsuna stopped coloring as she saw Eri, who was close to crying, and hugged her, letting her know that she won't abandon her. Izuku, dinner's ready. As the trio ate a nice dinner of rice and curry which wasn't too spicy for Eri's sake, they then began to watch a few Disney movies. Halfway through, Setsuna had brought out the sweets she bought and gave Eri hers. Thanks, Mommy. After watching the movie, Setsuna gave Eri her bath, and when finished she blow-dried her hair, making her fall asleep. Izuku carried her to his bed so she could sleep while the two kissed her goodnight. Eri hung onto Setsuna's sleeve and said, Don't go, Mommy. Back in the living room, it was dead quiet. Izuku, sorry for dragging you into being a mommy. I know you probably don't want to do this. Setsuna, I would be lying if I said this wasn't a part of my dream. Izuku, what do you mean? Setsuna, on top of being a hero, I also want to have a family of my own. Maybe if I can't make it as a hero or sidekick, I'd like to be a housewife. Izuku, well, whatever you choose, I'll support you. Anyway, do you want to spend the night? Setsuna, sure, let me grab my clothes and I'll be right back. Before she left, Izuku whispered in her ear, hurry back so we can shower together. This made Setsuna run to her dorm and back in a few minutes. The two lovers then showered together and made love in the bathtub. Setsuna did her best not to moan loudly so she could avoid waking Eri. Katsuki, take it deeper round face. Ochako and Bakugo were having sex when Ochako came to realization that Katsuki Bakugo had a tactic. She wasn't feeling any pleasure and was now regretting her actions. With that, see you next time. Bye bye.